Mark Penn, a Clinton strategist, just gave an op-ed piece in the New York Times, and that he literally said the Democratic Party must, quote, move to the center and reject the siren calls of the left, quote. Move to the center? From where? You mean move from the right to the center? The Democratic Party is already right of center, and the Republican Party is out on the Nazi fringes of the right. I mean, they're just out of their minds. This guy is unbelievable, right? So here's another thing. This guy also invests in Republican advocacy firms. In March, Penn's investment firm, Stagwell Media LLC, announced that it had acquired a minority stake in Targeted Victory, a major Republican digital consulting company. So Targeted Victory was founded by some of Mitt Romney's personnel in 2012, and it provided consulting services for Donald Trump's presidential campaign. And Target Victory also, following Penn's investment in the firm, assisted Republican Karen Handel in her successful campaign against Democrat John Ossoff in the Georgia special election last month. This is who the Democratic Party has. A guy that campaigned against, that helped John Ossoff, who had the lamest, not left at all, the most centrist, boring, corporate, no policy campaign. So he backed the Republican in that thing. And he's in the New York Times. That's the New York Times op-ed piece, just to give you an idea where the New York Times is at. He also, he advised Hillary Clinton in her 2008 campaign, where she didn't even win the nomination. She couldn't steal it from Obama. She could steal it from Bernie 8 years later. Here, according to one report, Penn designed Clinton's strategy based on the false assumption that California's primary awarded delegates on a winner-take-all basis instead of a proportional system. Such basic mistakes by the Clinton campaign were reportedly pivotal in Barack Obama's primary victory. Penn has also gained a new fortune by advising Microsoft. In more recent years, he has slowly grown an investment portfolio that includes several lobbying and public affairs firms. Penn also owns SKDK Knickerbocker, a Democrat-run company that develops policy campaigns on behalf of corporate clients, including for-profits at colleges, AT&T, and Herbalife. If this guy, if anyone's like, no, the two parties are different, this guy. It's like a character out of House of Cards. You know, this is just a corporate dude who works with the Democrats and the Republicans, showing that there's no difference between these two parties. It's all just these greasy corporate, you know. The Democratic Party needs to move to the center from where? Like, what are you talking about? The Democratic Party is a right-wing party. It's just a bunch of pro-choice Republicans. That's all the Democratic Party is. This is such a fine example of how, and then the corporate media and the neoliberals just, you know, pay attention to this guy. There's a million of these weasels running around that own everything. Everything is a filthy scam. I can't trust any of these people, right? All this Russia, Russia, Russia. I've even seen some people try to Bernie's Russia. Really? Like, as I've talked about on this show, as Jimmy Dore and other people have talked about, first of all, Bill Clinton got paid $500,000 to speak to Russian businessmen in Moscow a couple years ago. The Clinton Foundation, as reported by the New York Times, that likes to have this guy speak, said that the Clinton Foundation sold uranium to Russian businessmen. The Clinton Foundation sells arms. There are not two parties in this country. There is one corporate party. And this is just like Wall Street people fighting over stuff. This is like two rival country clubs battling. And one of them has like a gay member and like a black person that belongs to it. And that's the Democratic country club. And the Republican country club, you know, just skull fucks puppies for profit. But they're both evil. Don't be mistaken by any of these. And these, the Mark Penns of the world, they're so preposterous. And these clowns just go in the corporate. It's just so funny how they spin everything. And they get this guy to go on there. Probably it was like, hey, there's a lot of this lefty progressive talk going on out there. Like they're tracking, you know, the internet and the social media and YouTube, and they're like, we gotta change, we gotta shake this out of the tree. We gotta stop this. So, hey, Mark, go write an op-ed piece in the New York Times. The New York Times gladly, well, Mark, sure, you write your op-ed piece. You know, oh well, we're just reporting all sides of the issue. No, you're not. There's a fight on the 20th floor of the big American corporate building, and this jackass is trying to make a move. It's so ridiculous. Read the whole. I mean, the whole article. It's in the Intercept. Lee Fang wrote it. I'll put the link below. Also, the Patreon links there. If you want to buy something through Amazon, use my affiliate link. So the more likes and views and subscriptions we get, watch the ads all the way through. That's how the show gets paid. Also, the Patreon link. So I can keep reporting this stuff so you don't have to watch the fucking CNN who just lie. They just been lying constantly. I can't report on the CNN thing because it's just like, oh, it's this big uproar. No, it's not. No, it's not an uproar. They're just, that's all they've ever done, those filthy idiots.